Okay, we are live. Let's see if anybody shows up. We have some work to do, and also, how does it look? It looks good. Excellent connection. So we have few things to do to prepare for the next tutorial about Elden Ring, and I think the name of the game is refactoring stuff. So let's see actually what we could do. One thing I don't like is that we are awaiting multiple times here. So maybe let's just do get create timer. Let's see, create timer, and we can wait like half a second and await the timeout. That should solve one of the issues. Then mainly when it comes to our player, right? What I would like to do is change it up a little bit because we are handling the input here, right? And I would rather handle all of the input inside of the input manager and then just trigger the actions here, right? So you can do that by connecting to signals in the input manager, and then we can move all of the input functionality out of the player. And I think that separating these two actually makes sense. Um, can we the warning, the current stream rate is lower than recommended. Recommend you use a stream bitrate of. Okay, how can I change the stream rate? Let's see. There should be some settings. Stream, YouTube RTMPS. And we don't ignore the string. Okay, the output. Video bitrate. Is that the problem? Yeah, 13500. Okay, apply. Okay, let's see whether, okay, yeah, it seems that it is changed. That should go away. Cool. How that updates the problem. So that should go away soon, and we can get better quality. This is very bad quality. Okay. Now it should be updated. Moving on. So I would like to refactor this a little bit. Right. Also, is this even the right project? Let me see whether I can change the quality of the stream. Content live or live. run it on YouTube. Yeah, okay, all good. Cool. So let's actually start moving stuff around. So input manager script, not many things going on here. So let's see what we have to move step by step. Let's try jump first. Okay, let's copy that, move it here. And the question is, how should we do it? Should we actually just emit signals, right? Or should we have the direct connection to the player? I think we should just emit the signals. And does it actually, I think it kind of makes sense. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Signal, let's say jump, and then I can just say jump emit, and then in the player I can get the reference to input manager, or actually I don't even need the reference because I can go to node and just connect it by hand. Connect to player, and I can say what we're actually doing here. Let's see, begin jump, get rid of that. You can just connect it, right? Player, pick, begin jump, connect, and then remove that. And it should still work, right? Which one was for, that is dodge. Which one was for jumping? Let's see, project settings, input map, jump is alt, okay? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we can just simply remap everything to the input manager. Let's see. Then let's handle dodging. So here, if input is action just pressed, dodge, copy that, and we can just say signal dodge, and we have to pass the dodge direction as a vector 2, and I can say dodge emit movement input. Okay, so then going back to player, we're getting rid of that, and we are just dodging and here connecting to dodge, and this should still work. Yep. Cool. Okay, then let's see. We need to handle the focus and set the movement node and switch movement node. So how can we move this out? Let's see. Oh, we have some viewers in the chat. So if you'd like, say hi. Talk to me. I'm here for you. Ask about anything game dev related, programming related, life related, love related, uh, about the industry, about working as a programmer. I'm here for you guys. Let's see. We need to set the movement mode. So this, basically all of this has to be extracted to a function, or maybe not, because I can just do this, this, and this to reassign everything into a function that already exists, and then go to where is it? This one, right? And I can just say copy this to input manager and say this and another signal switch movement mode. I'm gonna say emit signal, and then I can just connect that signal to player pick switch movement node and connect. Okay, and then I can get rid of that. Perfect. And now I still should be able to switch the movement mode. Cool. Okay. So we have that out of the way. Let me think, what should be the next thing to do? Get input. How is this being handled? And can we move this to input manager? Let's see. It's done in physics process. But it's not only getting the input, right? This is incorrect name. It resets the velocity and sets new velocity based on input. So basically, this could also be moved to input manager, because here I'm reading the input, right? But then then I would have to basically emit signal every single frame. And do I want to do this? Probably not. Because it might impact the performance, not that I care about the performance that much. So let me think. Maybe the better way is to just change the name of the function, right? because how do you, can you just rename this? Default, create code region. Oh, create code region. Nice. How do you do it? Oh, cool. I like this already. This will be useful. So let's see. Let's change this to set velocity by input. But that will require to pass the input, right? So just set velocity. Yeah, it overrides the native. Let's call this, I don't know, set character velocity. Oh, let's see. Set player velocity. Not the best name, but definitely the most true. Okay, so we move and slide, we set the player velocity, we handle rotation, we handle jumping. Okay, that's pretty much it when it comes to the things that I would like to add. What's the next step? The next step, if we take a look at our 3D world, would be to allow our player to pick up two-handed stuff. So let's see, we have two-handed sword, and we have, I believe, axe two-handed and one-handed. But first thing to actually make it make sense is to allow player to do the attack animation. So let's go to player, go to animation player. Okay, let's disable the tree from the animation tree for a second. And let's open up the animation player. And what do we have when it comes to attack? We have chop. We have slice diagonal. Not sure what this is supposed to be. It's more of a like thrusting attack. Slice horizontal. Okay. And this is a stab. Okay. Slice diagonal. Okay. And then we have the attacks for the range, two-handed range, two-handed attacks. So basically what we need to have is the information about what types of animations we'd like to play when attacking. Dodging, spellcasting, unarmed melee attack, kick, punch. Okay, this is also cool. So we have to figure out basically the attacks of our player, and based on his movement, what type of attack should we play, right? So it is rather easy when being unarmed. So definitely what we need to do and what we need to start with is separating the inventory UI from the inventory system itself. But also moving this probably to, let's see, animation player. What node should be responsible for handling the animations? Probably the animation player or the animation tree. We're working with the animation tree. Maybe just a separate node, like, like the animation controller. Maybe that's the right play. We have interaction handler, which is just separate. And it has to be connected to some kind of inventory manager. So we need two new nodes, basically, to make this work. One is going to be inventory. And I hate the word manager, but let's stick with this. And then we need like animation, let's say animation handler. And first thing that I would like to do is to grab the items and move them to inventory manager. So let's create a new script. Let's call this, inventory manager. Let's do the class name. Inventory manager. And let's see. I would like the items to be available here, right? And then the add item should exist also here because it's not dependent on the UI. This is all UI related, so this is good. But then we need the information about the items. So we need a reference to inventory manager. Right, yeah. So I can just say then inventory manager items, inventory manager, or I could say should I left the filtering logic here, or should it be moved to the inventory manager? And just I can create a function like or use a getter for right hand items and left hand items. You know what? Let's try this. So let's search for GD script getter setter. Let's see. Getter. So you can have setters and getters. What about properties? Okay, so I can just say in the inventory manager, right hand items, which is a type of array of item, and I can just write the getter for this, and the getter will be basically let's see, right hand items, basically return this, and this is here, and return. Okay, and the same I can do for left hand items. Copy and say left hand. Oh, I'm so stiff after the workout from yesterday. Need to stretch. Okay, we have that, and then we can simplify this inventory UI and just say right, and why I don't have the autocomplete inventory manager. Let's see. Right hand items, and here I can just call left hand items. Okay, is this still working? I hope so. And add item does not exist. Of course. Let's see. Because we need to actually change this from inventory UI to inventory manager. And cast this as inventory manager. And now this goes here. Cool. Come on, chat, talk to me. I'm here for you. If you'd like to ask about anything programming or game dev related, or talk about games, I'm here for you to talk to. Let's run this again. Okay. Okay. And we're kind of stuck. So this isn't good. Let's see where this, okay, this works. But why am I stuck? Like, set player velocity. Oh, I screwed something up, didn't I? see, remote player animation tree. Let's grab this. I can see that the values are being passed. The animation is not. Oh, silly me. I disabled the animation tree. Okay, we're still good. Okay, and now we can open inventory. And we can close it and we have those equipped. Okay, so the one thing that is missing is that we are not showing what is being equipped currently in the inventory. So let's fix that quickly. I will go to main. I will first let me extract maybe another shield and another, what do we have? One axe, one-handed. Okay, so let's bring this in. Axe, new inherited, save, inventory items, clear inheritance, clear, make unique recursive, save as, and this is one-handed X, and it is a mesh. Okay, so we have that extracted. Going back to main, I can get rid of that. And we need the other shield. Again, open it up, new inherited, save, clear inheritance, make unique, and save as. And this is going to assets inventory. No. Or do I keep those things? Sword. Oh, it should be in. Definitely not here. This should go to inventory and this too. Okay. So saving that now. This is shield square. Not scenes but assets, inventory. This is shield square dot mesh. Cool. Okay, so we have that. Then we need to extract the the icons for those for our UI. So let's see. We have some viewport. Okay, so this is going to be X one-handed, and that's the mesh. Let's see how this works out for us. Okay, and viewport texture, and it doesn't. Viewport must be set to use it. Image. Okay. Let's see, isn't that not set? Let's try this again. Do this. Okay, we have something here. Good enough. And let's do the same for the patch. I mean shield square. So let's say shield square, and that's the one. Run it. Okay, and let's see shield square. I can see this is not aligned properly, so I'm going to go here, take the camera. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install little camera preview. Okay, and now with this installed, I can go back to here and go to 3D. I'm gonna change the mesh to be shoot square. Oh, we need to enable it, right? Yes, okay. I can see that this is too low. Center it, maybe bring it closer, because why not? Okay, can we change the lighting a little bit here? Oops. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's see what we got. This is too dark, way too dark. Okay, try this again. Still too dark. Why is it so dark? This is now too low. Maybe if I will make it bigger. Or maybe if we change the energy level. Let's run it again. Okay, that will do. So with that set up, what is the next step? Oh, the next step should probably be creating new resources. So I'm gonna change this to shield batch. Make sure that, okay, this is still working, perfect. Create new resource of type resource, and I'm gonna name this X one-handed. So rename this to sword one-handed, and then create another resource, call this shield, oops, and call this shield square. Perfect. Oh. Okay, so with that I can fill those out by assigning the script X and shield square. No, wait, this is shield square. Okay, name is shield batch for that. This is one-handed sword. Good. Okay, so okay, this is one-handed axe with a mesh of one-handed axe with an image of one axe one-handed. Inventory slot is the right hand, and for the bone attachment it should be also one-handed sword. Cool. So 1H sword, right? Okay. For the shield square, we have shield square, mesh is shield square, shield square, and this is pretty much the same, right? So batch shield, because that's the same attachment, bone attachment name. Okay, perfect. So we have that. So now I can go to main and I can say item orb tscn, color can be black, and item can be one-handed X, and add another one. So item orb color can be, I don't know, red, or maybe something like that. Um, bit, a little bit, and here we should have the square shield square. Okay. Oh, Yash Kumar. Hello. Nice to see you in the chat. Are you from India or Southeast Asia, my friend? Nice to see you in the chat. Hello, welcome. Ask me of anything. So let's see. And the one thing that we are missing is our third item orb. Is this because of the color? Because black is not being rendered. Let's make it blue instead. What's going on? I'm currently working on the preparing the material for the next Elden Ring-like tutorial, where we will be doing some refactoring and working further on the inventory system. Maybe we'll start working on the attacking. That would be very interesting. Other than that, I have also two way shorter tutorial prepared. These are more like Godot tips and tricks, some enhancements for your workflow. So yeah, it has been going good. Um, I have new job currently at American company. Very very draining, very challenging, right? So yeah, I am working on that. I can see that the ads will run shortly. So yeah, it's Saturday morning. My fiance is shopping in the city with her mother, preparing for the wedding, and I have some spare time, so I decided to hop in and do some live streaming. Okay, so let's see where this works out. Okay, so the black is not rendering. So we'll interact with all of the items. Okay, and we'll open the inventory, and shield square is assigned wrong value. So let's see. Let's go to the shield square research, and that should be left hand. All right, let me just open YouTube here to see what is currently running. And what is going on? Why I was logged out? What the hell? Oh, okay. That was strange. Okay, so let's see. I don't know why I was logged out of YouTube. Interesting. Let's see. This and this and this and this and this. Okay. Unknown FC. Hey, I've been doing good. Uh, Very nice to see you in the chat. Yeah, lots of work because I switched companies. So I'm working at a new company, lots of stuff to learn, but nevertheless, I won't be leaving YouTube or taking a break from YouTube if possible. I've been going to gym a lot because I have to take care of my health as I'm sitting so much. And now just working on some tutorials. I also have an idea for the game that is slowly but surely starting to take shape in my head. I should probably start writing everything down. But there will be a lot in upcoming months with our wedding, with the YouTube channel going on. We'll probably start looking for a house, and then I would also like to. Uh, when will you create another video about 3D game, like how to create 3D game? Yeah. I've been thinking about that too. I have some plans for it. One of the things that comes to mind is uh, classic 3D tower defense game. That's an idea for the curse, and it's also a very good starting genre if you would like to start dabbling in the 3D. So definitely that is in the plans. Albert, hello, my friend. Nice to see you in the chat. Love to see you. So yeah, definitely tower defense is a good idea, especially given the fact that if we just go to KNL, the problem is of course the assets because I'm not an artist. But if you go to KNL and you go to assets, I'm the best. Thank you. I'm trying my best. Uh, there's a lot you can achieve with his free open source assets. Basically, you can build an entire game. Let's search for tower defense. Yes, so you have tower defense kit, right? And that should be pretty much enough for us to create the game, other than maybe creating some kind of enemies. But currently also making music game in P5.js. I heard about P5. Oh yeah, of course. Cool. That sounds really interesting. JavaScript is powerful. What program languages do you know? Actually, a few. Well, GDScript is one. Uh, because I'm using it in the Godot, but my main language is TypeScript, which I use for work. I'm a web developer by trade. Um, I can handle C Sharp pretty good, I believe. Um, I have also been working with the Swift when I was working as an Apple developer. So, yeah, you know, in the end, uh, when you learn one language, the other languages that you learn feel pretty similar, and it's get just easier as you learn new languages. Learning JavaScript took me considerable considerable amount of time. But then learning C Sharp and GScript was way easier because I knew those references. Oh, this is an array, this is an object or dictionary. Where did you learn GDScript? To be honest, uh, a little bit from tutorials, a little bit from the documentation, a little bit from ChatGPT, actually, because I was just typing, hey, how to do this and this in GDScript. But if you trace back my tutorials, I started really small. I started with the simplest game possible, which is like a snake. and then scaled the difficulty and the complexity up to build more complex games. And that's how I imagine everybody should learn, right? Just like take the simplest possible game that you can imagine and start going from there. Like create a square that's moving across the screen, right? And that will give you the basic of Godot and GDScript, right? So yeah, just start small. This is the best advice for any kind of programming endeavor, whether this is a web development or game dev. Um, Albert, tell me more about your music game if you're still in the chat. What is it about? Do you play guitar? Okay, we need to hide this because we don't need this anymore. Now go with 2D. Go with 2D definitely because the complexity of 3D game and the complexity of the animation will eat you up. So definitely start with 2D. And I know that everybody's dreaming about creating this really complex AAA-like 3D game, but the amount of work to achieve that is really, really big. So just start with 2D game. There's this game called, uh, I believe it's called Infernax, which was very successful, right? And just look at the graphics, right? Look how simple they are, right? And even when creating a 2D game, if you compare this to Blasphemous, right? Just take a look and copy image link. Compare these graphics, which are very detailed, to what we have here, which is still very, very successful game and very popular, right? Start small and start simple and go from the start to the end with the programming, with the art, with the sound design, with the idea, everything, right? So definitely start by working on 2D games, and then if you feel comfortable enough, switch to 3D. That's gonna be way better. And Godot is actually wonderful in my personal opinion. No worries, always happy to help. Godot is better for 2D, at least in my opinion, than Unity. But in the end, the engine doesn't matter, right? You can take any engine and create any 2D game, or even you can just create your own engine if you'd like. But you have to balance out whether you are more interested in programming and creating the rendering pipeline, the asset management, or would you like to create a game? I love programming, but I like to make a game. Therefore, I'm using a game engine. Okay, let's run this again. Let's see where this now behaves correctly. Okay, and open the inventory, and we have our shields, and I did not pick up the X. Okay, so now we have an X. Okay, there is one problem though that I can already see. If we run this again, I'm taking that and that and that. I leave this open on the right hand panel. I pick the X and it doesn't refresh when I open, right? So we have a bug. And it would be very nice if we could fix it. So this is going to be a problem in inventory UI. Toggle. So basically we need to remember on which panel we are, okay? And currently we have two. So what we could do is create an enum saying inventory panel. Also say that we have right hand panel and left hand panel, right? And what we could do is at the very start say active inventory panel is set to inventory panel right hand, and then at the ready we could say, basically we could call on right hand panel press, but here we have to store the active inventory panel and set it to inventory panel right hand, and then here left hand. Okay, so we have that, and then when we toggle inventory and it is visible, we need to say that if active inventory panel is equal to inventory panel right hand, then we basically need to trigger the click to refresh everything, else on left hand panel press. And that should handle refreshing of the UI when we pick up the new item. So let's see. We have that, and this one. And if I open inventory, I can see that I don't know where the image went, but I can see that only one-handed sword is visible. I'm going to pick this up and reopen the inventory, and now it refreshes properly. Hell yeah! So you have that done. But then we need to track the active item, right? So how can we do this? Let's see. That will probably have to do with our inventory manager, because we need to know which item is being equipped. So here basically we will need to have something like, do we need an ID for the item? Because that would be very helpful. This is basically what you do with the resources in the database, and then we can just check which one is being equipped. I think so. I think that could make sense. So let's go to item, and let's export var id as a number, but we will be responsible for tracking the number right now. Not the number, but int, sorry. So, hello, I can see we have some new people in the chat, so ask me anything if you'd like to know something. I'm here for you guys. And I'm almost out of coffee, but we should handle that. Okay, so we have, let's see, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have to move the functionality of equipping an item into inventory manager. So let's see. On inventory item press, this should basically be moved to inventory manager, because, or should it? Basically, yeah. So mesh bone attachment node name. What else do we need? We need the item ID, which is a number, which is an int. Okay, so here we just say item ID. Okay, and then we have the reference to inventory manager. So basically, we don't need any of this, really. We can simplify it. We can just say, because in inventory manager, we have all of the informations about the items. So inventory manager, equip item. This is way more elegant. Okay. And now I can just say this is being removed. And now in inventory manager, we have a function equip item ID. Here we will have the signal. All right, and we are, here's the mesh. So we change this to a mesh bone attachment node name. Okay. So what we do here is we find the item in items. Item to equip is equal to items. Find, here we need inline function. I return I is equal to item ID. It's equal to item ID. Okay, and then we just say on item press emit. This is way better. That was a good idea to split this. Item to equip. Mesh item. What's the type of that? As item cannot convert from int to item. What? And here we have bone attachment name. And that should work. Item to equip, of course. Oops. Okay. What else do we need? We need to change how we handle that, right? Because this is no longer relevant here. And then we need to reconnect the signal. Who is responsible? The rig is responsible. So here we switch this to inventory manager. And we say, do this. And this should still work and allow us to track the equipped item within the inventory manager. So let's run this. And let's see where we can still. And we have some errors. Okay. Perfect. On button press. Error we're coming on press to callable inventory UI on inventory item press. So this is not connected. Right hand panel press. But called with one. So the signature of the function is incorrect. We do equip item, wait, on inventory item press. Where is that? On inventory item press. Oh no, this signature is incorrect. Now this should work. Okay, invite get index mesh, but why? Why does it, what does it return? And return index. Why would you return an index? Okay, let's see. We need a method to return a variant. Pop add, push front, reduce. So there is no method to return a variant. Interesting. Okay, so this is then item to equip index, and we say item to equip is equal to items from read from index okay, and if there's none, because errors may happen, we just return. And that should solve the issue. So trying again. There's another error. What? Pick it up. Okay, let's see. Attempted to find a variable of type callable. Wait. Find. Searches for a value and return index. That makes no sense. That makes no sense to me. So if I'm finding, I have to provide a variant instead of callable. Let's see. GD script search array. Because this makes no sense to me. Why I would like to return an index out. This is just bad. This is just bad API. Pick pop at removes and returns the element from position. Why? There should be something like, pick random. It doesn't help. Max, it doesn't help. Reduce, definitely not. Slice, nope. Shuffle, no. Read from the back. Should we just use filter and just take the first result? But this feels stupid. There's remove at. There's air find. But why like this? Variant. Store almost any data type. Well, okay. I've been streaming for like an hour right now, and I would like to keep those live streaming sessions shorter. So, yeah, I guess I will end right here, and I'll see you the next time. I will try to make those more regular. Thank you, and I guess I see you around. Bye bye.